Thread nesting. It's one of those problems that can happen to anybody, whether you're doing free motion embroidery or sewing. And it's one of those problems that doesn't have a clear resolution. It's not if this, then that, unfortunately. So today I'm going to provide you with a list of things to check if that's something that happens to you. Be sure to stay for the whole video for my extra bonus tip. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Marie, and I am a fiber artist who makes visual and tactile art. And I specialize in free motion embroidery. And my channel is here to help you embark on your free motion embroidery journey to hopefully clear up some of the hiccups and the challenges that you might face during your stitching. You can head over to my website at mariemyers.com and you can find out all about my art business. You can head over to my shop where I sell earrings, these free motion embroidered earrings. I'm also teaching a class, the Free Motion Quilting Summit of 2026. You can find out all the information that you want about that summit. Be sure to sign up. So today I'm going to talk about thread nesting, also known as bird nesting. And what that is when the thread collects and bunches up and knots up underneath your project while you're doing free motion embroidery or sewing. It bunches up and it kind of looks like a bird nest. And this can happen for a lot of different reasons. So today I'm going to go over some of the ways that it can happen. The number one reason this happens is because your top and bobbin threads have not been secured when you started stitching. Be sure to secure those threads. The presser foot may not have been down, and when the presser foot is not down and engaged, the tension discs are not engaged. Therefore, proper tension cannot be held throughout the entire stitch. Improper threading is also a common problem. If the top thread has not been fed through properly, it will not feed through the bobbin thread properly either. So be sure to rethread the top thread, and you might as well do the bobbin thread while you're at it, just to make sure everything was fed through properly. Don't forget to secure the top and bobbin threads. That is the number one way to prevent thread nesting when you begin stitching. Make sure when you rethread the machine that the presser foot is not down. When you're threading the machine, the presser foot must be up so that the tension discs may be open as you feed the thread through. If you feed the thread through the top while the presser foot is down, the tension discs are closed and the thread cannot be fed through. So double check as you're threading your machine, make sure that the presser foot is up and thread your machine. Be sure to check out your bobbin area. There could be debris, which would affect how the top and the bobbin stitch catch and make a stitch. Be sure to check your bobbin area, make sure it's nice and clean. Best practice is anytime you have your machine open, give it a good cleaning. The bobbin might be inserted backwards or improperly. Make sure you check your manual on which way the bobbin is supposed to be facing, and just give it a double check and make sure it was inserted properly. The bobbin area might need some oil. Be sure to check your user manual to find out where to place the oil for your machine. The bobbin area is the place that most frequently needs to be oiled of all the other places on your machine. Did I mention secure the top and bobbin threads? Don't forget to do that. The tension might need to be adjusted. Always check your user manual to find out how to adjust the tension on your machine and then play with it from there. So sometimes the bobbin tension might be too tight. If you had adjusted it recently, this is something that you might want to look into. The bobbin tension might be too tight compared to the top tension, if it's something that you adjusted recently. If it's not something that you adjusted, don't worry about it unless you're using a very thick or metallic thread. The top tension might be too loose compared to the bobbin tension. Try to make small, tiny adjustments to see if that helps. Flagging can cause an issue, and that's where the needle pulls the fabric up as the needle comes out. It's a little bit of slack in the fabric, and the needle moves the fabric up and down, which does not ensure a tight connection underneath the fabric to complete a stitch properly. And that could be because the fabric is not secured tight enough within your hoop, or it's not taut enough if you're not using a hoop. So if you're not using a hoop, you might want to consider using a hoop just to see if it would solve this issue. This can also happen if you stitch with adhesives. Sometimes water fusible stabilizer that has an adhesive backing can cause a buildup on your needle. And that would also cause the fabric to pull up when the needle comes out. Make sure that you're using the right needle for your fabric and your thread. Always read the back of the needle package to make sure that it is matching to your fabric first. Then check to make sure it's a good fit for your thread. You can always do the slide test to make sure it's a good fit for your thread. The needle size might not be big enough for the thread to pass through to complete one full stitch, therefore causing it to bunch up underneath. Consider going up one needle size and see if that helps. And now for my bonus tip to prevent thread nesting when you move from one section of the fabric to the next when you're in the middle of stitching. This can help prevent thread nesting when you're in the middle of your stitching, not just at the beginning. So when you're in the middle of your stitching and you need to pick up the needle to move it to another place within your fabric, make sure that you complete one entire stitch before you pick up that needle and move it to the next section. That will secure the threads and prevent them from bunching up when you move on to the next section on your fabric. So to do that, when you finish your stitching, crank the hand wheel one full, complete round and make sure the needle is up as high as it can possibly go. That's when you know that you've completed that stitch. Then you can lift your presser foot and move the needle to the next section on your fabric. Did I mention secure the top and bobbin threads? Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope these tips help. Be sure to let me know in the comments if I missed anything or left anything out. And as always, let me know how your stitching is going. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And head over to my website if you'd like to sign up for my newsletter. And then you'll have access to everything that's going on in my art business. Thanks for joining me.